recording. Okay. Yeah, guys and girls, welcome back to another quick video on my YouTube channel. So we're using the Blue microphone. This is the Blue Snowball. Now, it's one of my old microphones a while back. It's quite loud. It's an old microphone. Now, this is going back from a long time ago, but it's starting to wither a little bit. Actually, if I can show you guys and gals, look at that, look at that. You can see the yellow crustation on that, yellowy coloured stuff on the, like, it's getting really old. You can tell how old this is. So at the moment, I'm just using this one today because this is more convenient, so I can plug it straight into my Mac. For some reason, with those condenser microphones, even with the box I've got, it's not allowing me to connect it to my iMac. So I've had to order basically a interface that is basically, I could just plug and play into it and then stick it in. So that should be with us by tomorrow, hopefully. But I think it's called M Audio or something. It's a company. Quite a good company, actually. It does high-tech stuff. But anyway, so what we're going to be doing today is house building on here on Sweet Home 3D. Now, this Sweet Home 3D app is, I think this friend of mine on Altspace, he said there's a free version or a paid version. He said it pretty much does the same thing, but I think you get less features and less things to work with. So at the moment we're in, so at the bottom piece we have the kitchen that I'm designing at the moment. So I'm designing a kitchen. We've got the kitchen table, we've got these cupboards here, upper cupboards. Now I want to get lower cupboards next, and basically you get this like little landscape here, so you can sort of tweak around. So hang on, actually what I want to do first, actually air conditioner, air mattress, alarms. So you got shit tons of stuff to play with. It's a bit like Minecraft in a way. It's literally, I was saying to a friend of mine actually, this is like Minecraft. Like, it's got a vast amounts of stuff. So basically, and then I can actually go to the settings at the top. Once I've finished converting everything or putting everything in, like the floor, the outside, got the patio outside as well. Then you go down to export OBJ file. Then you can bring it into Unity. Then you can work. I will actually show you how to implement it and to get the best lighting for you on the next couple of episodes into the series. Just oh, bloody fly down, you know, little bastard. Right. Alright, so what we're going to do is, we've got a TV aerial which you can put on top of the roof, give it that authentic look, so you can build houses. You could probably build a stage with it. I'm going to be building a music stage at some point or other. Also, you can add furniture, you can add OBJ files, you can do an entire house planning. You can even put blueprints in there. So if you've got your own blueprints that you've actually made entirely, you can scale that down to a real life house. So I'm going to be actually at some point building my own house, what we're living in now, which would be quite cool. Then you can also import background images. You can thing is, I've paid for the full version, which is like 16 quid, which is next to nothing pretty much. You've got like archways, you've got an aquariums, you've got pretty much a lot of content. You've got a barbecue from outside, bar chair, got like a gazebo style thing going there. That'd be right for outside with the barbecue. Now, the downside to it, or the downside to it, is when you import it to an OBJ file, you're basically getting, okay, so let me see if I can load at this a second, so I can show you guys and girls what I've been working on. this might give you some ideas to this point. I've already put this one in. This is one of my own creations and stuff and all that. But it is a very good app. So basically, got a nice little sky outside here. I've actually customized the shadows, the shading and all that. So I've got a greenhouse there. I've got the floor down here. Pretty much got a little tree. This is just a teeny tiny little garden. This will be a garden where we can just chill out and stuff and all that. Now, the thing here is if I go to everything, so if I clicked on the garden, that's actually entirely everything. So that's that entire garden. Now, I've got it at 0.03 due to the fact it's actually way oversized. And I tried 0.03 yesterday. It was still a bit big, so I'm going to put that down to 2.5, I think. No, I think I'll just keep it. Yeah, so I'll keep that at 22. 0.0, shoot, 0.02, maybe 0.02. Let's have a look. No, because then that makes it way too thin. So we're gonna actually just keep it at 0.02. 0.02, and 0.2. Now this downscales it. Now I had it at 1.0. When you put it to 1.0, it is absolutely incredibly massive. It's like a giant's world. So I tried 0.5 and it was still big. So we're putting it down to like 0.0 and then 0.02, 0.02, and I can do all of that at that point. Now, I mean, the shading itself, the shadows I've got there already, I've had to bake those shadows in. You can't get those directly in Altspace because you can't have realistic shadows in there or real-time shadows. So basically, whenever you click on something, so if I click on here, you'll have different lighting, cast, shadows on. But it's down to your lighting. So once you click your direct light, then you can actually tweak the intensity of your light, the lights and all that. Also the mode, I put it on baked because you want to bake it, and then you want to go to keep that indirect multiplier down to around about there, and also directional, because I've actually got 3 directional lights all casting from different directions, so that way you can cast a decent thing. Once you've done that, you can actually go to your rendering settings, your lighting settings, tweak some of these settings to your liking. I actually use progressive CPU because that's how it's going to do it a lot quicker. But what you'll want to do beforehand is make sure all your settings, so your environment, your entire garden complex, so you click on the thing, you click on that, you want to make sure that's all on static before you actually start baking. Once you finish baking, then you click back on environment again and then tick off static until there's no tick on there. Once your tick's finished, that's it, it's done. Because the baking's done. All it is, basically, the static is so it knows what it's actually baking and what it's not baking. or basically you can get all the lights going a bit funny and weird and stuff. And this has actually taken me a while, because I've actually asked a few people around, a few people on Altspace about the ideas and stuff. Definitely a big shout out to Andy and all that. He does a lot of lighting, and also Bracer as well. He does some great videos as well, tutorial videos. But it was actually Bracer that came up and showed me how to do the baking on the general rendering settings, lighting settings, and what the best settings to get it so I can get the best out of it. Obviously he uses what's it called, Blender. I don't use Blender because I don't like Blender that much. I mean, I'm trying to get into it, but it's all basically me just doing Unity work a lot of the times. So at the moment I'm working with this new app called Sweet Home 3D. Now Sweet Home 3D, I actually hang on, where is it? No, if I can find it. Right, so on here. Right, so this whole little garden here, I actually made within the whole app. So I made it with the Sweet Home 3D app, just placing stuff down here. Now once you've actually baked the entire sort of thing, I'm going to do a demonstration of it, because actually I've got to do another app here a second. So templates, I'm going to change this template record garden scene scenery, and we'll go 1. Right, once you've done that, you click save. This will actually output the file size to its file size, and then you should be good and set to go. Once it's bundling and it compresses the data, I think this actually took me, for just that little teeny tiny little world with all the textures on it, because you have to put the textures on, and they do actually oversize on the whole compression on it, so it is quite high on details, some of the details itself. So while that's actually importing the asset, and then it's just like sort of doing the standard and compressing and bundling it all together into one package, then you're ready to upload that straight to Altspace. But you got to make sure also that you don't have any scripts in it. Scripts can actually damage your upload and prevent you from uploading to Altspace. So that's why with lighting you have to actually bake the lights. You can't have realistic lighting because it won't work in. So bundling and compressing data, and it depends on the file size or how big the file size is. It could be quite quick or it could be quite long. So you go build complete. So that's actually done, the build, and wherever you've saved it or wherever you put it, you can go straight into Altspace and then just upload it as a template. So that is an actual template now, which I can oversize it. But sometimes I've noticed this, when you go into your world, you'll be floating in the air. It's because there is no like floor. There is well, not there's a floor, but also you've got to make sure you've got a collider set for your floor. So how you can tell with the colliders itself is by clicking on the floor and add a mesh collider. Now that mesh collider will actually be your flooring. I've actually put meshes on all of it, on the greenhouse, under the umbrella, on the top, the trees as well, so you can climb up on top of everything. You can use your spawn and just spawn on top. Now thing is, when you first go into the app or the map itself, sometimes the spawn doesn't seem to spawn you in the actual area, so you have to basically put your fly mode on, go straight to the top, use your fly tool or flight tool, fly up to it, and then just put a spawn down. That means then everybody will be spawning straight into your garden or whatever building that you've been doing, whatever map you're making and all that. So it's a lot easier. Because a friend of mine came in last night or this morning, he came onto my world and he was floating in space. It's because there is no spawn down and you need to put a spawn down. I have no idea what it's doing it for on Unity. It's kind of a bit weird, but you would think they would spawn you straight away on it, but it doesn't seem to work like that. So I have to basically fly over to it, which takes a few minutes, then put a spawn down, which you can get into your edit mode on Altspace. Just go to the editor and then go to Altspace, go to I think it's called basics, then you go to your basics, then you go straight down, and then you've got basically add spawn. So you can add the spawn and then it makes it invisible. It's that simple. But let us know in the comments, guys and girls. I'm going to be making tons and tons of houses, some maps and all this kind of stuff. But what we're going to do, quickly a second before I finish off, so we're going to make a cupboard, because I want to make a cupboard to go down here. There seems to be no worktops at all in here. So I wanted a kitchen worktop. So I've got kitchen work top. So where you do all your cooking, there seems to be no kitchen worktops. But you can actually add one in yourself by either going to Sketchfab or going to these other ones where they've got OBJ files. So I'll just put a table in there for a minute. Actually, I'm going to put a fridge in there for a minute, actually. So we're going to put a fridge. Fridge. Oh, that's a nice red fridge. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to place that there for a minute. So if we look now, in here, we should have a fridge there. Now, we're going to place that into that corner here for a minute. So we've got a nice thing, we've got a brick wall. We've actually placed this nice pattern style kitchen thing on there of apples, tomatoes and fruits and vegetables. You can actually do your own design, but these are the ones that came with it. I'm just working on there just to see if it's any good. So what we need to do, actually, and I've got 2 fridges in the house at the moment, so we're going to do like a little miniature fridge as well, because I've got a little mini fridge in the house at the moment. Now you can change this colour if you don't like it. I think I've got like a greyish coloured one, so I think it's grey downstairs. So we're going to see if we can actually make it.
Excuse me, Alice.
Yeah, I know. I'll do it in a second and then I'll finish then. Because I've got some food to come in, guys and girls, in a minute. So that's what my mum wants me to hurry up. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys and girls. So you can change the colour. You can have a nice white one, grey one. Actually, mine's, I think there's like a greyish blue one downstairs. And you can do it any design you want. You can put any patterns on there. It's just that simple. But anyway, guys and girls, because my food coming in a minute. If you enjoyed this episode for Wednesday the 19th of May, it's 1:54 in the afternoon at the time of the video. I will be doing some more videos throughout the day as well, so let us know what you guys and girls think as well, and also the audio quality here, and I'll see you on the next episode. Cheers for watching and stay safe.